What is going on, everybody? TBC here, back with another video for you. Today we got a little bit of a mail day. So this is going to be kind of a grade reveal slash mail day. We got 2 packages of graded material to look at. Only 5 cards, so nothing super big as far as like volume wise, but we did get a trade came in the mail. We picked ourselves up the 2013 Fleer Retro Domino Red PMG, 37 out of 100. We traded the red Green Goblin that we got as a replacement card for the Domino, so we're pretty happy with that. So that was our trade pickup. We'll go ahead and get that one stood up here for you. Have that one up on the stage as we go through these. Let's go ahead and start with the PSA. This one is a little crazy. So we sent this back in early September. They got it, I think September 14th is when they received it. 1 card, autographed Bowman first card. Haven't seen the grades on it yet. But the card sat in the review stage. For 3 months, the card sat in the review stage. We had probably 4 or 5 other orders go and come back to us in that same amount of time. I sent them an email, asked them what was going on with my card. Typical PSA response. They said, well, there's no guaranteed time frames on the turnaround. It could take up to 120 days. Meanwhile, an order we just sent in at the end of November, beginning of December for the holiday special, made it all the way through grading, was in QA1 that entire time. Like 15 or 16 card order there. And we got a response back from PSA about this card here. And then the very next day, it moves through the grading process and goes through the grading process in like a week and then gets shipped back to us. So that part makes no sense to me. How it could sit in one stage for 3 months. We get multiple orders back that go in afterwards. And then all of a sudden our card gets graded once we complain about our card not being graded. So this could potentially be a pretty decent sized card, or a pretty decent card for us. We'll see what the grade on it is. It's just the base, Bowman first, Oswaldo Cabrera, autograph. Hoping for a 10 here. Very nice looking card. Not a big Yankees fan, but Oswaldo's one of the top prospects. And we ended up getting 10-10. Look at that. Very nice. Very happy about that. That was worth the wait. I mean, I would have loved to have this during the playoffs. For sure when the Yankees were still in. We could have paid for the higher service, but it didn't make sense to pay for the higher service. It was a good value at I think it was $30, $35 we paid for that with the $5 grade fee for the auto on there. Nice looking card, good Bowman first. Hopefully he has a nice spring training and starts off the season hot. So that we could potentially get that card moved and into some other things, or get some more cards sent in to grade. So these next ones we sent through gotbaseballcards.com. We didn't use their pre-screening, but these are crossovers / cracks and resubmits. And I want to show you guys their packaging here. They do a very good job with their packaging. I mean, look at this. You get the little advertising card in there. Very nice. Packing peanuts inside the box. And then inside the bubble mailer as well are our cards. We have 3 Tom Brady cards here. We cracked and resubmitted. We cleaned them off nice and good. We're trying to just get them all in singular style slabs because they are PC cards for us that potentially can be moved. But yeah, so we want to see how we did here, see if anything changes, see if the grading is consistent, what happens there. Let's see, we're going to start here. This one is going to be the stained glass. So this was an SGC 9. This is the 2021 Panini Prism Tom Brady stained glass. You see the card there. Let's see how we did on our grade. Ooh, centering an 8. Rough. Edges 9, corners 8.5, surface 9. Oof. BGS 8.5. That hurts. They're rough on the centering. We tooled that out, and that should have been 9 centering, 8.5 at worst. But we tooled that out with our centering tool and measured that. So I mean, I get it. It is visually off center, but an 8, that's tough. So, edges 9, corners 8.5, surface 9. Overall, I guess not terrible. I mean, I am disappointed that it went from a 9 with the SGC to an 8.5 with Beckett. All right, next we have the... Oh, one of these is a 2 Tom Brady's and then 1 Zach Wilson. Okay, so the next Tom Brady, this is our Bowman Chrome that we traded. We got 3 cards. So we got this one, the stained glass. We got the Bowman Chrome Brady rookie, and we got the Gold Wave from, I think it was 2020 Prism. We already moved that Gold Wave off. But you can see the grades on this one, 2 9.5s, 2 9s. We could tell when we were looking at the card that there was some surface stuff on there. And we were hoping to possibly get that surface bumped up to a 9.5 to potentially move us into the 9.5 range. I don't think we got there, given that we have the silver label here. But let's see if we still maintain our 9 or if they dinged us somehow, some other way. Oof. So somehow we lose half a point on our edges, and we lose half a point on our centering. But we keep our 9. So that's confusing to me because the centering doesn't change, right? The centering is the same. So how you go from a 9 centering to an 8.5 centering is beyond me when it's all measured the same. And then we lose a half point on the edges, which the edges are, it's objective and how that's graded. The surface, we didn't gain anything back on the surface. We didn't lose anything there. We didn't lose anything on the corners. So cracking it out, it looks like, total we lost a half point on centering, half point on the edges. Is what it is. PC card. It's going to stay in the PC for quite a while unless we get the right price to move it. But, yeah, a little disappointed with the changes, or at least the downgrading in the subgrades on that one. That is very disappointing. So let's see how the last one did. Now, this one, not as important as it might have been at the beginning of the season, right? 2021 Panini Elements, Zach Wilson, rookie neon signs, out of 10. This was a PSA, graded it as a 7. Auto was a 9. So, obviously we didn't get a 9.5, but we weren't trying to get a 9.5. We were just trying to see, we wanted subgrades on this. So we wanted to see what our subgrades came out at to get our overall grade. So there we go, there's our 3. So there's the card right there, you can see that. Very sharp looking card. Hopefully he gets another shot in the NFL here somewhere. Even if it's with the Jets, potentially can figure out what he's got going on and can be productive for part of a year. But let's see how we did on our subgrades and our overall grade. Centering, 8.5. Edges, 8. All right, that's a good start, moving up from the 7. Corners, 9. Surface, 9.5. So we ended up with an 8.5 because we have the 8 here. If this would have been an 8.5, we probably would have gotten bumped up to the 9. Now, they didn't do anything with the auto on this, which is confusing to me because we asked them to grade the auto as well. So that's weird that they didn't grade the auto on this one as well, but that's okay. I'm not overly concerned about the grade on the auto. It really doesn't make a difference, especially on stuff like this, where it's the clear acetate and then they're signing on that. I mean, you could clearly see the autos in there. It's all there. But an 8.5 from a 7, I'm happy with that. And we honestly didn't do anything with this card other than around the edges. We were very careful with a microfiber towel to kind of clean the surface off a little bit. But that just goes to show you that Beckett is definitely better with the thicker cards than PSA is. PSA is very, very hard on the thicker cards. So we had a bump up in the grade on the Zach Wilson. We had a little bit bump down in the subgrades on the Brady Chrome, which was disappointing. We were really hoping, I mean, to me, the things they bumped down, I guess the edges, if we dinged an edge or something like that, that would make sense that it gets bumped down. But the centering, that shouldn't change. The centering is the centering. You can't change that. and then corners and surface remain the same for us on that card. So we do got the 9. We got the Tom Brady 8.5, so we're down a half point on that from the SGC 9, but that's okay. Again, it's a very sharp looking card. We like it. If we get the right price, we'll move it or trade it, but we'll most likely just hold on to that in our PC for a long time, considering we're only into these 2 cards. We're into these 2 cards with the grading cost of, okay, so our purchase price of the Tom Brady stained glass was a break. That was $200. The grade on that was $150, I believe. We paid to have that graded. Might have been $300, don't remember. So we're in that, $400, $500, something like that for the stained glass card. We get these ones plus the other in return. We sold the other one, so we're already negative investment on these 2 cards of like $300. And then we have these ones graded, and I think this was $25 a card because we weren't concerned about the turnaround time on it. So we're negative $250-ish investment in these 2 cards, and this one here is probably sitting at about, right now with the market down some, probably around 2,000-ish, I would guess. But earlier in the year would have been right around 3,500 or so, upwards of $4,000. And then I haven't comped this one out in a while, so I'm not really sure where that one's at. But I don't think there's much of a difference there between the SGC 9 and the Beckett 8.5. It's going to be pretty much, subgrades on this versus no subgrades on the SGC 9 and Tom Brady / Tampa Bay collector. So we're sitting really well on our costs towards these, considering we're positive on those already. So there's no urgency there. The Zach Wilson, we're into that one for $250. Plus the grading cost of the PSA was about $50 when we submitted that the first time. And then we're into the regrade on this, the Kraken regrade, at about $35 there. So we're into that one for about $350-ish, I would say. Probably a safe number there when you figure shipping and stuff. And the Oswaldo Cabrera, just our grading cost plus the cost of the box that it came out of. So we're not into that one too much either. Less than $100 on that. And last I looked, I think that was right around $200 to $300 card in a PSA 10. So that's fantastic. And then we also got the Domino, the Domino Red PMG from 2013 Fleer Retro in replace of the 2013 Green Goblin. So we're happy to add that to our PC. So there you go, guys. That's our short little rip. I know it's about 12-minute video there, but nonetheless, we wanted to explain our process there, what we were thinking, what we were looking to do. Yeah, let us know what you think of our grades in the comments below. And don't forget, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. It helps us out quite a bit here on our channel. We're still pretty small and relatively new to doing sports card videos in the grand scheme of things. But we appreciate you guys watching and commenting. And we'll see you all in the next one. Bye.